Welcome back, my friends, to another Ragnarok Vloggentary. And today, we are venturing out to Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom to celebrate 50 years of Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World opened October 1st, 1971. We were here October 18th, 2021. So not the exact day anniversary, but you know what? We got it in the month. So there. It was a must do. And it was for Marissa's birthday. So double whammy. As die-hard Disney fanatics, we could not miss all the fun happenings at Disney World for their 50th anniversary. Hey, Mabby's here too. Not Mabby's first time to the parks, but you know, he's still not going to remember this one. He's been twice now in his first year of life. Topiaries with the 50th cake, fun 50th anniversary little signage up there in front of the railroad. And there we are again. So kind of a double fun theming whammy. It was Halloween time as well. So not only did we get to see all the 50th decor, we got to visit the park at our favorite time of year, fall, Halloween time. Christmas is fun too, but you know what? I feel like I prefer the decorations around the park for, the fall season. And specifically Halloween, too. Because these Cinderella carriages, I feel like, are usually Mickey jack-o'-lanterns. So instead of a straight-on Halloween theme, they did something more elegant and did pumpkin carriages and kept them autumn colors. So you're getting the fall vibe with the pumpkins, but you're getting like a taste of the 50th. Ooh.
So don't try to figure out a plan. You can't reason with a headless man.
Dapper Dan's doing a little ditty about the Headless Horseman? Come on. Come on. It doesn't get better than that. Also doesn't get better than this. The castle looks immaculate. I mean, that 50 won't be up there forever, but look at that paint job. It's stunning, really. I feel like the pink used to be reserved more for Sleeping Beauty's castle, and Cinderella's castle always kind of had that, like, more of a blue hue to it. So it looks good. It's a little more, it's got a touch of Disneyland to it now. But even growing up a Disneyland kid, I cannot deny that Cinderella's castle is kind of the superior castle experience. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's huge. Huge. And it's really fun inside where you get to see like the mosaic the pieces depicting scenes from Cinderella.
How the sun hits it too.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, and I was in the moment in the video. The castle has like an iridescent kind of paint to it. So depending on how the sun's hitting it, like it'll shimmer in a unique way. It's not a flat kind of paint job. It's magical. Magical. Oh. Drusilla and Anastasia. These two nailed their characters. I mean, they look the part, they sound the part, They act the part. Fabulous job. Here's a little piece going back to our Ragnarok retrospectives for fun and fancy free. I had mentioned at Sir Mickey's, you can see Willie the Giant. There he is. So when go back and watch along with our fun and fancy free watch along podcast and listen to the corresponding retrospective, and there was the Willie I reference in that retrospective, and probably watch along too. So cavalcades during our trip were the replacement for parades themselves. So, and meet and greets. They didn't really have characters roaming the park or parked places, stationed places for meet and greets. So they did these these floats that kind of cruised around the park, and you can get a glimpse of your favorite characters. Then it kind of doubled as a little mini parade too, in a way. So fun, unique idea. This one had two of my favorites, Pancho Pistoles and Clarabelle Cow. I mean, come on. I know it's only 2 out of 5 characters, but those two characters are 2 of my all-time favorites, so I'm going to consider that cavalcade a win. There's Tink. Lots of silver in that treasure. Still fun though. If you dug up a buried treasure and it was all silver coins instead of gold, would you be bummed out? I mean, a treasure's a treasure, right? And then they, following Tink, we had the princesses. So we had Snow White, Rapunzel, Mulan, Aurora, Jasmine. Those are the walkers. So I don't know why they had to walk. Especially Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. I feel like they are iconic enough to get a ride on the float. But the float princesses were Ariel, Belle, Tiana, and who else? Who would the other one be? Who are we missing? Cinderella? Oh, and that one over there. Something of Avalon. I don't know her name, but I know other people do. There's Cinderella. I got worried for a second that she wasn't on there. Oh, and the fairy godmother. That's right. Oh, and our friend from Brave. They put her on there and not Snow White. I feel that's a little disrespectful to Snow White. And having that, what's her name, of Avalor, or I don't know what her name is. But that should have been Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. Only because they're like the OG princesses. You know what I mean? They deserve a little, a position of prominence, I feel like. So a Fab 5 float here. Cavalcade. Not a float. A cavalcade. Goofy, Pluto, Minnie, Daisy, Donald. Daisy is on there, isn't she? No, maybe she's not. Did I just make that up? And then, of course, Mickey can't... I was just going to say, he can't be with the others, but he's got Chip and Dale on his float. That's interesting. I wonder who makes the decisions to be like, you know what, Chip and Dale are going to be on the float with Mickey. Not Pluto, Goofy, Minnie, They're going to be on this one that is ahead of it. But Chip and Dale. I guess Chip and Dale are iconic. As iconic as the rest, maybe. Maybe not. I mean, they're definitely iconic for sure. They're more recognizable than a lot of characters, but the OGs, the Fab Five. These fun little 50th statues were scattered, or are still scattered, depending on where you watch this, around the park. I'm not sure exactly how many there are, but they're fun photo opportunities. And a lot of them were of interesting character choices. Like there was the lizard from Frozen 2. I don't know its name, but the little fire lizard from Frozen 2 was there. He had his own statue. Who else? There were just very kind of like Rocket Raccoon had them. Obviously, Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Chip and Dale, Donald, Daisy. Like, I'm glad they all got them. Winnie the Pooh. There was a Winnie the Pooh one. Cheshire Cat. That one makes sense. Mad Hatter. That makes sense, especially outside of the Mad Teacups. But there definitely were some that are just like, this character gets immortalized in a golden statue. So, I don't know. A really fun little bit for the 50th was they re-released or reimagined some merchandise pieces from the grand opening, and outside that particular shop they had some photos calling back to not opening day specifically, but 50 years ago of the, park's grand opening, which I think's cool. I'm a sucker for vintage Disney, no matter what Disney, vintage Disney is. Look at this kid. Whoa, look at that kid. He had no choice but to be a Disney fan. Vault collection. That's what I'm talking about. So some merchandise on display from the opening of Walt Disney World. So I believe these ensemble pieces are directly from the era. And then they have some pieces for sale. There's Roy O. Oh, hey, look at this. It's a Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad has representation at Disneyland with Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, but since they don't have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Magic Kingdom anymore, I had assumed that there was no Mr. Toad representation in the park, and I was wrong. There was a statue in this store. But here's all the recreation pieces from way back when, 50 years ago. I don't believe they are exact replicas, but they are very close to being exact replicas. I wonder if I shot it. There was a place where it showed like what the original looked like and what the current version looked like, and I feel like for most of it was exactly the same. So 50 years of Walt Disney World. Fun piece of history. Fun time in history, being able to be there we weren't there for the grand opening, it's fun being there for the 50th and being able to get a taste of the grand opening, in the way that we could. But hey, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you next time.